Hey everybody, it's Mr. Greg. I'm so excited to see everybody tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm really excited to hang out with my friends Holly and Jake. Hey y'all, how you doing?
Hey, great. How are you?
Good. Hey Jake, how are you?
Hey, I'm prepping for the 49-degree weather in Wisconsin tomorrow.
Ooh.
Get your pumpkin spice ready, Mr. Greg.
No, thank you. Listen, Jason is like, as soon as it cooled off a little bit here, the house now smells like fall. He's ready to get all the pumpkin things out. But I am holding, like, I love the summer. Like, hold on.
September.
I heard it was going to get like 90 degrees again. It's been pretty nice week here. So, but I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get like, I think next week is supposed to be like 97 again. So, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, we've got our weather people even like bringing fun scarves to make a joke. Like our one weather guy has like a pumpkin spice like GIF going on the weather forecast. So
I did see that they did have the fall flavors out at Starbucks today. So
Oh, okay. Well, Jason went the other day and they didn't. So I'll have to let him know. He'll be very excited.
Yeah.
Well, listen, everybody, we are so excited that y'all are joining us. I see everybody in the comments. We have a lot of fun planned for you tonight. We're going to be talking about the science of reading, mainly talking about our Elevate Academy Science of Reading course. Holly is going to tease her Science of Writing course. And we have $500 in prizes to give away. It is super easy to enter and win. All you need to do to enter tonight's giveaways are, number one, hit the share button, share this with your friends, invite your friends to join us, and comment. The more you share and the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. We're giving away planners, which I have one right here. We're giving away tumblers, and we're giving away notepads. And so you want to be here to win. So again, all you have to do to enter tonight's giveaways, hit that share button, invite your friends to join us, and leave comments. If you have any questions for Jake and Holly and myself about the Science of Reading, the Elevate Science of Reading course, or Holly's upcoming Science of Writing course, drop those in the comments. We'll be happy to answer all of your questions as well tonight. So again, the more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win some prizes. All right. So Jake, Holly, in about 1 minute, I'm going to give you a time limit, Holly. About 1 minute or so, give us a little snippet of what is the Elevate Academy Science of Reading course.
You go, Jake.
Okay, so I'm going to use, Mr. Greg, I'm going to use the term that we came up with, and we just hit a year, everybody. So welcome to everyone that's on. Don't worry, we didn't forget about you that have been with us from the start. We loved meeting you this summer. But if I had to describe it, Mr. Greg, quickly, I would use the word usability. We see a lot of curricula that schools adopt that can just be a lot to digest. And a lot of them have been updated so much that they hit every little tiny thing in 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And so it's great because you feel like, oh, I'm doing all the things that I would ever need to do. But we also need to break down those components. So what's nice about what Holly and I have done, and Greg does visit us in quite a few of the modules as well, what Holly and I came up with the whole Elevate team really is a course that has research. So we give you kind of articles that you can take back to your team when you're advocating and practice actual activities. Oh, hi, Alexia. We give you activities then that you can also print and use, letter reversal activities, right? Sound box activities. There's some of Mr. Greg's centers in there. But again, it's organized by the topic that you need to know a little bit more about in order to confidently tackle that curriculum.
Well, and I think me and Holly, I think we've talked about this. Jake, I know we texted a little bit about this recently, is I think we're all kind of at this point to where we've heard so much of the research. We all we know what the science of reading is now for the most part. We get why it's important. We know we need to be doing it, but now what? And I think that's exactly what this science of reading course does, is that it takes it from research to application.
Yes.
How in the world can we take the science of reading and bring it into the classroom?
Yeah, definitely.
And Holly, I mean, before you go, and I just want to say, love what Greg said, because it's like we hear, make sure you do a visual drill. Okay, but maybe,
What is that?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a safe space where Jake and Holly can show you literally an acted out visual drill in module 7 where Holly's a student and I'm an adult. So I just love that we were able to kind of literally demo. Here's how you might do a vocabulary word. Here's how you do an articulatory gesture. Because you're right, Greg. We see this, auditory drill, visual drill, blending drill. But again, that's a lot of words, and suddenly my prep is over. So, you need somewhere to go.
Right. And all of these, like you just said, all of these big words and big terms, what are they? How do we do it? And so I think that's another great thing about this course, right, Holly?
Right. One of my favorite things about this course, honestly, we tried to make this course what I was looking for when I was trying to make this shift, because there was nothing out there. What originally I could find were books, which were great. I could read it and kind of conceptually understand that. But then I'm like, what does it look like in the classroom? Or I could go on social media and find like specialists or tutors. But what they were doing, I mean, it was great, but that's very different than what you do with a classroom full of, 30 kindergartners. So we tried to make this what we were both wishing we had when we started. And so, and we also did it intentionally knowing that our audience was going to be varied, because we have some people that literally are just hearing about this. And then we have other people who've really kind of been doing this for a while and understand the basics, but they want almost like more fresh ideas to make it come alive and be more engaging. So what we love about the Science of Reading Academy is that it kind of provides all of that, because we have the research, and we try to put it in simplistic, terms so that you can really like apply it. And then we do the modeling of the basics, and then we have experts on activities that you can kind of spice it up and all of that. And my favorite part is that you can go back and watch these a zillion times if you want to, because I know when I was starting, I would watch it once and I would like get the basics down, but then I'm like, wait a second, like then you conceptually understand it a little bit better, and you can watch it again and then pick up something that you didn't know. So and the great part is all the sessions are posted, so you can go at your pace. So I think that's what's my favorite. Well, actually my real favorite is honestly like the Facebook group, because you can interact so much and we can put that information out there. But if anybody has questions during the week, they can be like, I was in my class today and I realized I don't have this resource. And Jake and I can go back and pull the resources we have or make one up and post it. And it's that safe space. So you're not putting it out there like for the whole internet world to see. We have very strict rules where you're going to be positive in here and supportive. And so if you have a question that you're just kind of embarrassed to ask, you can ask it in the group, or you can email us personally and we'll totally, take care of you. So that's my favorite part.
All right. So I want to go ahead and get a couple of questions asked as I'm watching the comments. Lots of questions coming through about the pacing. And so I'll let you two address that. So people are wanting to know about the pacing.
Yeah, that's actually a simple answer. Thank you, Mr. Greg. The pacing is asynchronous. It's self-paced. So just like Holly said, you can watch module 1 20 times. You can pause it. You can watch it one time. You can watch half of it, right? And then continue. So the course goes, we were able to work very hard throughout the year. And when I say we, I mean the whole team, Jesse, Jason, everyone who was really working to get that in a drippable fashion, right? So those of you that stuck with us, thank you. Now it is available to just be an asynchronous course when you purchase it. So it's really on your own time.
And it's 10 modules, correct?
Yes, yep. 10 modules that have then the relevant research to that module and the relevant practice actual activities to that module's topic.
And there was another question. Where did it go? I lost it. Talk a little bit, because I'm seeing people chatting a little bit about the Facebook group, which is one of the great benefits of signing up for the Science of Reading course through Elevate Academy.
Because it is a closed group, only for the people who are taking the course. It's not meant to necessarily exclude anybody, but we want to be able to focus our attention on people who, taken the course. We want to be like your virtual coaches, so that if you have questions during the week, you don't have to wait until next month to get them answered. So
yes. And so the Facebook group also, there are a lot of Science of Reading Facebook groups, and a lot of Facebook groups that tie to like there's an Amplify group, there's a Wit and Wisdom group. The thing about that though is that a lot of people will post anonymously because they don't want to be, not everybody is a social media person, like the three of us. So what's awesome about the Facebook group is it's just the people in the course. So we're talking about, we do have about 1,000, which we are celebrating that. But it's just the people that are literally asking specific questions about that content, or any question that comes up. I just answered 2 of them today. So it's just a very informal way. You don't have to check yourself that you're sounding right. Many people can chime in the comments that they've asked many a question. So that's kind of, I would say, one of the hidden gems of the course, Greg, is that you almost get like a Chat GPT help person, but it's someone you trust, someone you know.
And it's a safe place. It's a positive place.
Yes.
Because we all know that not all Facebook Science of Reading groups are a safe place to go and ask questions and be very vulnerable about this journey that we're all on. Because we are all on this journey, and we are learning and growing and challenging ourselves and each other on this journey. And so I love that the Facebook group is a safe place for everyone.
Yeah. And if we have somebody who's not being positive, then they won't be around that long, because that is what Elevate is all about. That's the foundation of like what we do, is we are lifting other people up. So, so definitely. And we have to understand everybody's at a different,
Another question
place.
I'm seeing a lot of is what grade levels, like what grade ranges is this good for?
So we actually, Holly and I do a lot of challenging of that mindset. And in fact, I know Elevate as an organization often does. I know Crystal has said that before. Really what it's going to help you do is, especially with the help of ESGI, it's going to help you assess for skill. And what we know is, I know that with the team I'm working with this year, we have a couple 3rd graders working on name writing, right? Where someone may categorize that as a K4 skill. We don't do that in this course. In this course, what we do is we share a progression of skill from phonemic awareness, module 4, and we go all up the staircase. And so what's nice is you don't have to feel like, oh, it's not for me, because again, we don't know what students we get. I have worked with 4th graders that are blending CVC words. So again, it's not really about the grade level. It's about building your tool belt of knowledge so you can help any child.
Yeah. I love it. So it's all students. There was a specific question that came through right at the beginning. Well, I want to have you all answer that. And then I see more questions, but I want to do a couple of giveaways after that. But I want you to answer this question because I thought it was such a good question. It was a teacher who teaches special ed in high school.
Okay.
And she was wanting to know, does the Science of Reading, can it help her students? Is the course good for her? Because her students, even though they're in high school, they are reading at a much different level than high school. So talk about that a little bit.
Oh, I can definitely address that. Like Jake said, most people, if they wanted to categorize it, might say, this is for like primary grades. But honestly, like what the Science of Reading actually does, and what the research has shown, is that there's like a sequence, like a scope of essential skills that all proficient readers have to have. And so it doesn't matter what age you are, you have to have all of these skills. And the fact of the matter is, we've got adults who don't have those skills. We definitely have middle schoolers and high schoolers who do not have those skills. And so this course addresses all of those skills from literally oral language development of, infants, really all the way up to the skills that the most proficient like reader would really need. So, I mean, yes, I think the most important part probably of this course for teachers of students who would be older is definitely understanding how the brain actually learns how to read, because there's a lot of things that the majority of us either weren't taught or were taught incorrectly, like sight words and things like that, where now we actually can look inside the brain and we know how to teach kids to put things in permanent memory. And so if you have older kiddos, it is imperative that you accelerate them. And so you need to use like the most effective practices. So this course will definitely tell you crystal clear, if you have kids who like reverse letters in words or all those issues, we will tell you why that happens and like how to help correct that and all of that. So
and yep. I want to just answer Mr. Greg. I did see a couple of just quick questions there, but you can go away.
Yeah, I'm writing these down, Jake. So that's what I'm over here doing. I'm like, like they're going so fast. Like I'm scrolling as fast as I can, trying to keep up, which I love. There's so many good ones coming through. So I love it. So yes.
I love this because this is what we have monthly lives. So you can ask us questions anytime in the Facebook group if you're taking this course, but this is what we do every month. And so people are just laying out their questions. And I guarantee if somebody asks it, other people are like having the same question. So I love that people get to see this.
All right, let's go ahead and do, we have 10 giveaways tonight. We're giving away $500 in prizes. So let's go ahead and give away, we'll do 2 giveaways right now. We're going to give away a planner from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord and a notepad. So somebody's going to win a planner and a notepad. So we'll give away 2 of those. And you can see the different planner designs and different notepads there on the website. So if we call your name, all you're going to do is send an email to jason@bertoandco.com. jason@bertoandco.com. Let him know you won a planner and a notepad. And we will take care of you. So here we go. Our first winner is Bernice Adams. Congratulations, Bernice. You've won a planner and a notepad from Berto & Co. by Kindergarten Smorgasbord. And one more winner. Maria Luddington. Maria Luddington, congratulations. You won a planner and a notepad from Berto & Co. Both of you will send an email to jason@bertoandco.com and he will hook you up with your prizes. All right, let's get back to these questions because they are flying in. Lots of questions about how the modules work. Are they progressive? Can you do them out of order? So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so just a shout out to Jason and Greg and Jesse, because when Holly and I brought this idea over a year ago, really Holly kind of approached me and then we talked to Jason and Greg. They allowed us to really flesh it out properly. So they opened their home to us. In fact, we were there quite a bit. Many a funny story from those times. But also just so much like love for the work and so much learning happened in those weekends too. And what's great is they do progress, but they are very fleshed out. So it is $100 for 10 modules, but right, Mr. Greg, is that still correct?
Yes. Jesse, can they also still do the $10 a month, or is it just the, okay.
No.
Because I've seen lots of questions about that. So it's just,
yes,
it's one time $100, and that's lifetime access.
It is.
Yes, it's lifetime access. And remember, everyone, you're getting a 90-minute. There were ones that Holly and I even would say, oh, this will be a 60-minute. It's not. It's a 90-minute. And again, at 90 minutes for one module, then multiply that by 10. So what's nice is you may find one module more relevant to you than another, but yes, they do progress. So Holly, do you want to just do an overview? We obviously start with the foundation of like, what are the shifts? And we do a speech to print alphabetic principle module. Then we move to vocabulary. And then Holly, from phonemic awareness, do you want to take that away, or should I just?
Go ahead. You're good.
After phonemic and phonological awareness, we do go into an entire sound wall module. You also have actually an 180-page document from Holly for your sound wall for free with this course. So
I've got to say, we should actually go in and add up, because you pay $100 for the course. I guarantee you get hundreds of dollars.
Yes, and the reason we did that is, again, we wanted to make sure we weren't going to do anything halfway. We weren't going to do anything, 75%. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it well. So each module is going to fully flesh out the topic from me and Holly. There's videos, there's relevant research, there's diagrams, graphics, student videos interacting. Mr. Greg visits us in many of the modules. And then after the sound wall module, we do a whole module on orthographic mapping and heart words. Then we move into a phonics blog demo. So module 7 is a whole model of basically an Orton-Gillingham aligned sequence, a Science of Reading approved phonics block. Then we have a whole module on decodables and leveled readers. And we finish out with small group instruction, and then a whole module on centers with a lot of freebies contributed from TKS. So that is the whole scope of the modules. That's also not something you have to now remember. Right on elevateyourclassroom.com. If you go on to Elevate Academy, Jesse designed a gorgeous kind of array description of each module that's in a rainbow, and it's right there on the page with me and Holly's biography. So feel free to go to Elevate's website if you want to read even more about that.
And that's just the recorded part. Like I said, since it's lifetime access, it's pretty cool because you can always get into the Facebook group. And of course, Jake and I are there to answer questions, but I am telling you, we have some incredible people in our course that literally, I feel like, Jake, we're sincerely like super close and good friends with them now. We have so many teachers who are so skilled to support each other and share ideas. And if you have questions, we'll go in there. We do our lives, every month. So sometimes people give us questions ahead of time. And so we might cover something new or updated or anything like that. So, yeah.
And I do see a couple questions of like, can I, if I don't have X? This is not affiliated with another something that you may have purchased. So right. Yes, our course is a Science of Reading course. So you don't have to have a certain other thing to access it.
And what program, what curriculum. It doesn't matter if your school is balanced literacy and you don't have that resource, because what our course is about isn't about the materials. It is about getting back to what is the most important, which is you. And I know I'm tired of districts coming in and putting so much importance on like, oh, it's a new adoption. You need to be educated so that you know how kids learn, so that no matter what they give you, because they're going to change it every 2 years, that you know how to take whatever you have and make the shifts or like present that material in a way that's aligned with how kids learn. And that is what you will learn in this course. So you'll learn how to look at materials and know which ones are already aligned. And you'll also know if you have materials that aren't, what you can do without spending any money to tweak what you have to make it work. So.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, we're just looking through the comments, Mr. Greg.
Yeah, I know, right? You briefly touched on this, and then I want you to go ahead and talk a little bit more about this, because it's one of the comments that has come through more than anything. And then we'll do a couple more giveaways. Remember, if you want to win some prizes tonight, all you have to do is hit the share button and join us in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win some amazing prizes from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. So lots of comments and questions asking, does this work with Amplify? Does this work with CKLA? Does this work with like, what about letters training? What about, so talk a little bit about that, and then we'll do some giveaways.
Okay. I want to talk about that because if you don't know me yet, if you're stick around at all, you're going to know that I am a professional development junkie. I am currently just finishing up my dissertation, earning my PhD in reading language and literacy. And I also have like a certificate in cognitive neuroscience because I wanted to know why or how things are working in the brain to connect it all. So what I can say is that like I just really feel like this is the foundational information that you need to know to connect really whatever you have and whatever you need. I don't know how to put it into words better, Jake. What do you think?
So I think what Holly is saying, right, is that this is not a program that we're teaching, right? And as we know, and some don't know, and that's totally okay. Again, safe space. The science of writing really, and we do know that writing, spelling, and reading are all connected, right? Especially when we're doing sound to spelling activities. So the science of reading in general, though, is a large umbrella. And that umbrella is where we then put the modules underneath to serve following brain science. So I'll be honest, I've used Fundations, I've used Sunday, I've used UFly. Okay, I've used Mr. Greg. So again, even if you're purchasing something like ABC Bootcamp, that is science of reading aligned if you are walking in with knowledge of the science of reading, right? Because again, we bring our knowledge, that's what it is, right? If you put it up on the wall, it doesn't matter what you're putting up on the wall, right? It's what you bring to it. So what Holly and I do in the course is allow you to have the research and the mindset to approach really any instructional task with the science of reading in mind. So it's really a partner to whatever you're doing, intervention, preschool aid, homeschool parents. We actually, and Mr. Greg, I can't remember if Holly and I told you this, everyone watching, we have had even a dear friend of ours that has taken the course teach her adult relative to master decoding from this course. So again, it isn't necessarily like a program aligned thing, right? It is how the brain learns to read. And then you bring that to whatever you're doing.
Right. But like if you've had solid science of reading training, like letters, OG, like, yes, this will be totally aligned. I have to share something else that happened at one of our conferences this summer that literally just blew my mind. We thought we were really talking mostly to educators. Well, I had a teacher come up to me and tell me that her husband ended up with a brain tumor, and they went in and had to take out this brain tumor. Well, when they did, they damaged part of his brain, and it was part of the brain that connected pathways between sound and letters. And so he couldn't read. And so she took what she learned from us in our science of reading course and literally knew what activities to do with him to reconnect those neural circuits. And sure enough, like he's reading again. And his doctors were saying that probably was not going to be something that he would be capable of doing. And so, I mean, that was mind blowing for us that really what people are learning is so much more than just a program. So they're understanding how humans learn and how to make those connections. So yay.
And you can bring what you need to. We have a question from Jessica. Would it help me teach college students who are majoring in early childhood development? Here's the thing. What we know from science is that 80% of the brain is developed by age 3. So basically, if you're going to teach adults that are working with early childhood, then yes, oral language development, phonemic awareness, segmenting, blending, that is literally what they're going to need to do to access the cracking of the code of English. So the neuroplasticity when they're that young, that's what we really get at in the course, right? So you can take that as a homeschool parent, take that as a college professor, take that as a kindergarten teacher, an instructional coach. We have principals that take our course.
We have whole schools that have signed up, and that's what their PD is for the year. Like, yeah.
And I think those two stories just prove how important this work is, how important the science of reading is, and how, because we're still seeing a lot of questions about what grade. Yeah. Y'all, it works for everybody. It's not a grade level specific thing. So I love those stories. So thank you for those. Keep the comments and questions coming. We're gonna do some more giveaways. We keep adding giveaways, so y'all don't go anywhere. We have more giveaways coming. So let's do a couple more giveaways. Let's give away 2 planners and tumblers from Berto & Co. So the next 2 winners, you're going to win a planner and one of the tumblers from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. Again, if you win, you'll send an email to jason@bertoandco.com. Leah Rimbus, congratulations. You've won a planner and a tumbler from Berto & Co. And our next winner, Rebecca. I don't want to butcher the last name. Rebecca Weinert. Congratulations. You've won a planner and a tumbler as well. I'm seeing a lot of questions in the comments about how to sign up for this incredible course. And so the links have been popping up. Jesse and Jason have been dropping the registration links. All you got to do is click that link. You can sign up that way. It's $100 lifetime access. That's one of the benefits, is that it's lifetime access. So once you register, it's always there. You can watch the modules as much as you want, whenever you want. You can stop, fast forward, rewind. It's all recorded. And so click the links that are popping in there in the comments, and that's how you can get signed up for this amazing course. Now, I do want to stop for a second. Oh, this is a good question. Somebody asked the Facebook group, because the course is lifetime access. So the Facebook group is always going to be there, correct?
As far as we know, yes.
As far as we know, yes. And obviously we're all human. And so Holly and we do take a couple days, we both work full-time in schools or higher ed. So it's obviously it'll sometimes take us a couple moments, but what's really awesome about the Facebook group is it's actually evolved into where I've even not been able to get to the answer, and a friend in the course already linked what that person was looking for. Or, oh my goodness, I've tried this, and then I'll chime in, and then Holly will chime in. So just know that it's not just Holly and I. Greg has answered a few questions here and there, right? We're really a family at Elevate. It's not like you can only ask one person. So it's really kind of nice. Someone will be able to, but it's really created a community. I mean, there's some questions on our course Facebook page that then will have 19 comments, right, of just things they've tried with their letter order. What letter order do you use? What letter order do you use? Do you use Holly's pathway of motion prompts? So that's where it's like kind of becoming a really great support group for other people to also show up and be leaders themselves. We've kind of created mini science of reading leaders.
Yes. That's our goal, right?
And it has become a community.
Pop in here real quick. I saw Marge posted a comment or a question, and it was kind of like a specific one. She was talking about a specific student that she had who is able to do some skills, but not other ones. Okay. This is a perfect example of why we exist here in this group. Marge, if you are in our Academy course, put that question in our Facebook group, and then I will answer you there. If you are not yet, email me at holly@elevateyourclassroom.com, because those are the situations that come up every month and people are stuck. That's where we come in as like your virtual coach. So I'm going to be able to get back with Marge and tell her, okay, here's what I think is going on. Here's the assessment I think you need to give. Get back with me with what the results are, and we'll like walk you through that. And if we don't have the answer, then we have lots of connections in the field, and we'll figure out what we need to do. So Marge, email me.
All right. I want to switch gears for a little bit because people are losing their minds in a good way for your Science of Writing course. So we know, listen, y'all, you have loved Holly's little teaser this summer where she did her Science of Writing summer school. Y'all, that's nothing. That was just a free little teaser because launching on October 1st, correct, Holly?
Yep.
Is Holly's Science of Writing course. This is an entire course all about the science of reading. And if you did the Science of Writing summer school, you got like that much of what you're going to get. Like, y'all, the Science of Writing, because we've seen what Holly's doing with it. We've got the behind the scenes of it. As somebody, me, who struggles to teach writing, I am like, I want to get it. Like, we get access to the videos early. Like, I'm trying real hard not to watch them before they are released. That's how amazing the Science of Writing course is going to be. So, Holly, tell us about the Science of Writing course.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Literally, I have been researching this deeply for like 3 years. And because I'm telling you, writing is probably the subject that I always, every single year, I'm like, I'm going to do better at this. I'm going to figure this out. Trying, writer's workshop, it's not working. And starting over every single year, that's my goal. And I'm like, and I knew there had to be a better way, especially after I really started learning about the science of reading. And obviously there's so much writing that's connected with that. But I was like, structurally, there is something not working with writer's workshop, but that's what everybody does. So I did some deep diving into where that concept came from, which actually writer's workshop was designed at the University of Iowa, I believe. And it was designed for college students who already have the foundational skills. So they took that model and moved it down to primary. Well, the problem is that not just with that approach, but honestly, about every writing program or resource that you can find really focus on kids who already know how to hold the pencil and do letter forms and all of that. Well, y'all know that those aren't the kids that we're working with at pre-K to second grade. And so basically what we found is that writing is super complex. There's actually a long scope and sequence for writing that has hundreds of like little skills that you have to teach to become a proficient writer. Well, I'm telling you, the majority of us as educators were never taught how to teach writing. We were taught how to practice it. Meaning, do a little mini lesson here and then send your kids off, to have them tell you an idea and then send your kids off. How many of you have done that? I have for most of my career. And then the kids are so excited. They tell you their story. They go back to their seat. They sit there and they're like, and 95% of them freeze.
Like Holly just did.
Oh my
okay.
I love that.
Like, that could not have been timed any better. So hopefully we'll get Holly back.
But I just can't say enough how exciting that is. And I mean, the other thing is that even you should just see the work that Holly has put into the scope and sequence that you'll have access to with the Science of Writing course. Even just the thought of breaking down, like Greg, doesn't she have like diagonal lines and, being able to even make a circular motion to make a C, right? We just assume trace the C, right? And it's like, oh my goodness, transcription skills alone can be very rigorous work for children. Right. And so that's so exciting. So October 1st, you cannot miss. I don't know if they can register early, Greg, but
I don't think so.
Okay, so just keep an eye out on the advertisements.
I think we got Holly back. So again, I want to just Holly, that could not have been better.
So funny. I'm watching it on my phone, so I totally saw it. But
I tried to chime in.
So I'm seeing some questions. Let me just address this. The Science of Reading course and the Science of Writing course are two separate courses. Science of Writing launches on October 1st. I don't know any more details, and I don't know if Holly has more details about registration, but it does launch on October 1st. We'll be sending out emails and social media and all the things, so stay tuned. But I'm going to let Holly talk a little bit more about what actually will be in the course.
Yeah. So basically what I'll be sharing is similar kind of in format overall to what the Science of Reading Academy is. There will be 10 modules, and I'm going to share some of that, basic science of writing research, which people are less familiar with. It's all very connected to science of reading. But there are some key things that recent research has shown us. What it's shown us is that the 45 minutes for writers workshop is not effective. And what we need at this level, which to me was literally like a load off my back, were short, powerful bursts of instruction. So that, for one thing, was like, because I'm telling you, I could never find enough time in my day, every day, to do writer's workshop. And if something got cut, it was probably that. So that was one thing. The other thing is collaboration is key, which most of us in Writers Workshop don't really do a lot of collaborative activities. And so the way that the Science of Writing really suggests that you can get more powerful instructions doing so much teamwork, which is so much more engaging for kids. The other thing that I think is so foundational is the whole issue of cognitive load for our little ones, okay? They have this much working memory space. And so when kids have to learn transcription skills and composition skills, which I'll teach you all about the writing rope, because there's a writing rope as well. Kiddos have to learn how to form a letter, how to hold a pencil, how to spell words. If they can't do that, there's no way that they're going to be able to go to Writer's Workshop and think of a great idea and be able to sit down and do all the writing and try to structure a meaningful, rich story. So the beauty of this is that we can teach them all of those things that are our standards and our goals, but we're going to do it in a way that takes way less time. And to balance that cognitive load, they're going to learn a lot of these things in ways where they don't necessarily have to hold the pencil. So we're going to teach you how to do the writer's process, where they're going to be able to help create pieces of informational text and narratives and all of that, but with like the teacher holding the pen to create a lot of these things. So I'm just so excited because I'm telling you, it makes the planning so much easier, way less time in the classroom, and your results will be mind-blowing. And so it's like perfect because it's easier, it's more enjoyable, and it's way more effective. So if anybody is in Science of Writing summer school, if you guys would comment on what you love, like I have been blown away by the feedback, because I feel like everyone out there is in the same boat. Like we tried to do good writing and there's just nothing out there like this. And on top of that, we're teaching grammar and things like that. So exciting.
All right. Listen, bless you, Jake. I've seen a couple of questions about the science. Like someone asked, if I did the Science of Writing summer school, do I have to repurchase? The Science of Writing summer school was a free thing that Holly did. It was just a teaser, just a small taste of what you will get in the Science of Writing course. The Science of Writing course launches on October 1st. It is a $100 lifetime access course. Just like the Science of Reading, it's $100 lifetime access. It is not grade specific, correct, Holly? It will be for all grades, and it will go in a progression, just like the Science of Reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are lots of questions about that, so I wanted to address that.
Yeah. And I think the great part that I think is kind of like a big bonus is that we'll have all of those modules, but what you'll get if you join the course is you will actually get what we're calling kind of writing frameworks. So you will get all of the scope and sequences of all the writing skills pre-K through 12th grade, and then they're broken down to match like the standards in each state. And then like, let's just say you teach 2nd grade, you will get a writing framework for 2nd grade and how all the standards should be laid out throughout all of the months and what you should kind of like the target on what you should be teaching when, but these are all editable so you can move them. And then every month will be frameworks for the primary grades on suggestions, really all the activities that you would need. So there's kind of like a menu of activities, and you can fill in the framework with what works best for you. And the activities are constructed, because this is what research says, so that they are connected to the content you're already teaching in your classroom. So that's why I'm not saying I'm doing all the lesson plans for you. Technically, the plans are there and the activities are there, but they're written in a way that if you're teaching something in science, then this activity is made so that you can plug that in here, or whatever read aloud you're doing, you can plug that in there. So there's these instructional frameworks that are going to literally walk you through exactly what you're going to teach that week. So yeah, I don't know, it's super unique. And the way that the writing kind of setup is constructed based on the new research is you'll need a time every day that is maybe 10 minutes. And that's the time that we'll work through the writing process in a really unique way. But then the rest of the activities, literally, I call them a minute or more activities. If you have 2 minutes while you're waiting outside the music room before you go in, these are all activities that you can do in a minute or more that literally will build writers. So a whole new concept on how to teach writing.
So, and I know you've got it really mapped out and ready to go. Will there be printable resources?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Will you be linking or sharing research articles just like in the science of reading?
Absolutely. There'll be a resource hub for every module, and then there'll be a resource hub for that module that will have activities that will go with that skill. But then on top of that, every month will be released like that framework plan for the next month that will also have like that menu of activities that you can take and plug in when you build your own writing lessons for the next month. So
awesome. Well, and again, the registration for Science of Writing kicks off on October 1st. October 1st is when you can register, and when the Science of Writing course goes live, it will be $100, which is lifetime access. It's not a registration window. Like, it will be there to register starting on October 1st. So is this targeted for 3 to 5 year olds too?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. It is
Absolutely.
for all ages and all grades, right, Holly?
Yes. Because when I say writing, we don't mean like writing paragraphs only. We're talking everything from, beginning to hold an object all the way up to, writing like that research paper. So yeah, it's kind of like the whole gamut. If someone was asking me what it specifically targets, I would say that this one specifically would target more of like the pre-K through like 2nd grade writing, because when it comes to like the lesson frame resources that I have set up based on state standards and things like that, those won't be for 5th grade. It's a lot to do for pre-K, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd. So, but I guarantee you that, yeah, it would be applicable to, any writer.
Deborah says, will you have a replay of your summer Science of Writers workshop? That's a no. That was just a one-time free little thing that Holly did this summer. So that will not be available again, but you can sign up for the Science of Writing course starting on October 1st. Holly and Jesse's here. I know Jason's listening, so y'all can answer this, but somebody wants to know, will the modules for Science of Writing, will they be dropping monthly or will they be all at once?
They'll be all at once. Yep. Okay. They'll be all dropped. The reason that I did the Science of Writing summer school was this. I had all this information ready to go, but I wanted to work with a group of teachers to roll this out, to do different sessions, and to get feedback on, okay, on this topic, what kind of resources do you want? And I would put resources out and I'd be like, okay, what else do you need? And so the whole summer I've been working with teachers to kind of like better refine this course before we actually did the big launch. And so if you took Science of Writing Summer School, will you see things that you saw in summer school? Absolutely. But it will be like the improved version. And in the summer, you did not get like the monthly like lesson frames and all of that. You got lots of, great things, but it will just continue to build upon that and have that online support too. So
and here's let me do a couple of giveaways, and then I have a couple of other questions that have popped up. So if you haven't yet, hit the share button and invite your friends to join us, and keep commenting because we have more giveaways. All right, let's do 2 more planners and notepads. So 2 more of you are going to win a planner and a notepad from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. If you're the winner, all you need to do is send an email to jason@bertoandco.com to claim your planner and your notepad. And our first winner is Cheryl Edler. Congratulations,
Yay.
Cheryl Edler. You've won a planner and a tumbler. And our next winner is... I've also seen lots of comments about the planners. Hey, Greg, guess what? We have free shipping on our planners right now. Go shop. Debbie Weaver. Congratulations, Debbie Weaver. You've won a planner and a notepad from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. Again, send an email to jason@bertoandco.com. I want to wrap this up here in about 8 minutes, y'all. So I do have a question that I'm going to save for the end because I think it's the perfect way to end this. But there was a question, and again, Jesse and Jason are listening, so they might chime in as well. And I think this is a great question because I don't know this. And if we don't have this, I think it might be something to do. Is there a printable letter or information sheet for the science of reading and, of course, coming up, the science of writing that teachers can print off and give to their admin to convince? There is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And that's, I was going to say also, there's a lot of questions. And remember that Elevate does a great job communicating. So Jason's been putting in the chat, and Jesse, a way to sign up for the newsletter to keep up to date for the Science of Writing course. So all of these things get actively updated on the website. So don't feel like you have to rewind the live or, send us. Elevate's website also has Academy information. So that is downloadable right on the Science of Reading course page, the letter that you can share. And we do have, there was a question about that, Greg. We do have a separate pricing if it is a school. So
right. It is not a group discount. It is, but there is a school-wide license available. It's $1,000 for your entire school, and that's also lifetime access,
which is crazy. It's awesome,
right?
The other thing I wanted to say, if people are already members of our Elevate community, they already know this, but in regard to the Science of Writing Academy that's coming out, if you are a Science of Reading Academy member, you're going to get the emails first, and you're going to get a discount to join. And same if you're in the Science of Writing Academy, because that's how Elevate works. Once you're part of our family, you will always hear things first, and you will always get discounts to virtual, to in-person events, and all of that. So if you're out there right now and you're not a member of Science of Reading, but you're thinking, hey, I would like to do that, or maybe I would like to do writing too. If you join reading now, I guarantee you're going to get a writing discount too. So, and it's lifetime. So, it's not like it'll time out, but.
And if you haven't yet signed up for the Elevate Academy Science of Reading course, you need to do it now. Okay. Now's the perfect time to jump in as we kick off a new school year. It's a great way. It's $100 lifetime access. You can access the modules and the Facebook group whenever you want. I think we lost Holly again. And what we love about our Science of Reading course, and we talked about this at the beginning, Jake, is that not only are we giving you the research, but the how. We're bringing it to you so that you can do it We're not just going to tell you why to do it. We're not going to tell you the research. We're going to tell you how to do it. And I think that's what makes this so special. Let's do a few more giveaways, and hopefully we'll get Holly back. All right. And then we will wrap this up with my final question for the both of you. All right. So let's do 3 planners and tumblers. So 3 more people are going to win a planner and a tumbler from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. And our first winner is Patty Tatum. Congratulations, Patty Tatum. You've won a planner and a tumbler. Send an email to jason@bertoandco.com. All right, our next planner and tumbler winner is Westini Jardine. Congratulations. You have won a planner and a tumbler from Berto & Co. And our next planner and tumbler winner is Jennifer Kroc. Congratulations, Jennifer Kroc. You've won a planner and a tumbler from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. I've got about 6 more giveaways, and then y'all want to stick around because I have a really good question for Jake and Holly to wrap up the live. We need to do one more planner and notepad winner. So one more winner for a planner and a notepad from Berto & Co. by TKS. John Mary Ellen. I can't see the rest of the last name. John
name.
Mary Ellen. Congratulations. You have won a planner and a notepad from Berto & Co. So the 10 winners who won planners, notepads, and tumblers from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord, send an email to jason@bertoandco.com to claim your prize. And we have 5 more prizes to give away. We are going to give away 5 $5 gift cards to tksstore.com. These winners will send an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com. So 5 winners for a $5 gift card to tksstore.com.
And y'all need to use it to buy Phonemic Awareness Boot Camp if you don't have it yet.
Nancy Banks has won a gift card from TKS Store. And speaking of Phonemic Awareness Bootcamp, Holly, we're getting ready to announce a webinar because we're getting tons of questions about Phonemic Awareness Bootcamp. And so we actually have a webinar coming up for that. Ashley Slifer, you have won a $5 gift card from tksstore.com. Big money, no whammies. Leanne Lewis has won a gift card from tksstore.com. Emily, I'm not even going to try the last name. Emily, I'm sorry. I'm not even going there. But congratulations, Emily V. You've won a gift card from TKS Store. And one more. Samantha Murphy. Congratulations, Samantha. All right. The 5 winners of the $5 gift cards from tksstore.com will send an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com to claim your prize. All right. Congratulations to all of our winners. And again, if you didn't win and you need a teacher planner, you need to head over to bertoandco.com because right now, while supplies last, we have free shipping on our amazing Berto & Co. planners. And we have tote bags with rainbow zippers, y'all. Come on. Like, what teacher tote bag and pencil pouch comes with a rainbow zipper? So check it out. Get registered for the Science of Reading course from Holly and Jake. And stay tuned on October 1st for the launch of Holly's Science of Reading course as well. Yes. Sorry, Science of Writing course. So we have our Science of Reading course that you can join right now. And then starting October 1st, we will have our Science of Writing course from Holly. All right. Are we ready? Because this question came through very early on in tonight's live, and I think it's the perfect way to end.
Okay.
So as we've been talking about the Science of Reading course, what makes this course different from all of the other courses out there?
You want to go or you want me to?
I want to hear from both of you.
Okay. Well, I'll jump in and say, I think number one, we intentionally created this course to be different. And I would say the number one thing is that it's not like one and done. For one thing, that's not what Elevate is. Like, even as our conference, we don't want to be, hey, come to a PD and then, you're on your own. We want to build this community. So especially with this course, we're there live for you. So you get the information that you can take in whenever you need it. But then if you have more questions, we're still right there. We're not going anywhere. So we want you to take the information that we've given. And then it's kind of like differentiating, right? That you take the information and then y'all have different kids in your class. So you might have specific questions and you can come and ask us those anytime. So I would say that's the number one difference. That's what we tried to make, that this was like a living PD that can differentiate for what you need. And it's continuous. What about you, Jake?
And I would also say that, we have over 2 million fourth graders in the United States that are below proficient. So this work is urgent. This is why Elevate has chosen to start with this course, right? And why we've been able to really, really find such passionate people. What I will say is that Holly and I are truth tellers. There are a lot of fact-checking needs for the Science of Reading. There's a lot of social media accounts. There are a lot of blogs. There are a lot of places where you can get confused. You can feel bogged down. Comparison really takes away all joy. Holly and I are not there to compare abilities. They are to compare schools, to compare programs. What we're doing is sharing knowledge with you. And it's also very difficult to come by scholarly articles for free.
Yep.
So there is just a reality there where Holly and I are telling the truth with Stanislaus Dehaene, Mark Seidenberg, right? Not necessarily always Louisa Moats or always Wiley Blevins. So we're going to bring in all of those people and then allow you to bring it back to your team. So to be able to have access to those articles is something a lot of people are unable to have. So I think what's nice is that the truth piece of, we're going to tell you what is true about the Science of Reading and what you need to give yourself a break on and what you need to give yourself grace on.
One other thing I wanted to say is that because this is not a program and this is based on science is ever improving. Like, it's ever changing. So what we're sharing is true. So it's not like, a year from now, we're going to come back and say, oh, we were wrong there. That's not what's happening. What's going to happen is that our technology is going to get better, and our ability to find out exactly what's going on in the brain is going to get more specific. So what's going to happen over time is things are going to be more refined. Even in the last 9 months, we have new information on how to do phonemic awareness activities in the classroom by using different types of print with it. So basically what I'm saying is science is going to improve. And so since this is a live class that's ongoing, we're going to keep you updated with what is new. Like, one of the models that we share, most people have never seen before because it's kind of like fresh off the press, really. And since Jake and I, it's kind of our jobs to be in that research, we want to lighten that load for you because y'all don't have time to do it. So it's going to be like continuous and ever improving too.
You also are not going to find a course with instructors in the trenches.
Yes.
And I think that right there is what is so important is you're setting it straight, right? Like you're fact checking. Jake, I love that you said give yourself grace.
Oh yeah.
As you go on this journey. But I love that you are both in schools working with kids as you're telling us how to do this, because you're doing it along with us. And I think that is huge, along with the how. And so I think, Jake, I think you right there is what makes this so special.
That's Elevate for you too.
That's right.
Like you're not going to find presenters that have been out of the classroom for 3 years. So we're active because it matters.
That's right. All right. So y'all head over to elevateyourclassroom.com to get registered for the Elevate Academy Science of Reading course. It's $100 for lifetime access, and that's instant access. You can sign up right now and start module 1 immediately. So get registered. You don't want to miss out. Again, Holly's Science of Writing course kicks off on October 1st. Stay tuned for that. As always, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate all of you. We are so grateful for all of you and all that you do for your students, our profession, and your communities. Holly, Jake, thank you for all that you do to support educators and make teaching easier.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. And if there's any outlying questions, remember lots of information on the website and lots of ways to, to reach out as well. And
we'll be monitoring all of these comments as well. We'll be monitoring this. So y'all, if you have questions, you can drop those here too, and we'll be answering those.
So if you're not able to join us, because then you get to do this with us every month.
Every month, y'all. We get to hang out every month. I love it. All right. Well, thank you all so much, everyone. Have a great evening, and we will see you all soon. Bye.